it, baby! You want to give me the championship and I have to do what? People in the place to be. What's going on? It's me. Now why did I go through all that trouble and upset the neighbors downstairs probably by jumping up and down like a fool with a championship belt on my shoulder? Because Brian Zane is going to take on Chris Jericho and Rey Mysterio's world title reigns. Worst champ, Jericho or Mysterio? That is a hell of a question. Both of their reigns were pretty bad. I'm guessing when he's referring to Jericho, he's referring to the undisputed championship reign. Pretty bad. So was Rey's. So the question he's going to raise here is whose was worse? Who wore it worse? I don't know. Prejudgment is that he's going to say Mysterio wore it worse because it incorporated the death of Eddie Guerrero, which is a factor. I wanted to say not counting that in, but that's the major factor in Rey's championship reign. But I don't know. I really don't know, honestly, because both of them were made to look pretty fucking bad in their championship run. So here we go. Worst champ, Jericho or Mysterio, by Wrestling with Regret. Starts right now. This episode was written and produced before Seth Rollins was stripped of the WWE Championship after suffering an injury on November 4th, 2015. All things considered, I stand by the opinions expressed in this video.
WWE's been a pro wrestling monolith for decades now, and there are two things we know they're very good at: completely botching their outside ventures and hurting the ones we love.
Oh yeah, I forgot about SmackDown records.
Their chosen wrestlers up on a pedestal while often ignoring.
I don't think XFL was their fault though. I think it was everybody else not wanting to take it seriously.
When we see wrestlers we like actually get a crack at the main event or to come out of it worse than they did before. We've seen this happen time and time again, but over the
I heard that people actually did want The Miz to have the championship. I don't believe it. I stopped watching before then.
Chris Jericho and Rey Mysterio. Both are multiple-time world champions, but each of them has had at least one reign that was completely full of suck. This week on Wrestling with Regret, we're looking at two ill-fated championship reigns. Chris Jericho's time.
He did have the WWE belt.
2001 and 2002.
Forgot about that.
And Rey Mysterio's run as world champion in 2006. Which of these two men got the shorter end of the stick from their company, despite being portrayed as the flag bearer? For the purpose of this debate, I'm segmenting my argument into 5 different categories. Whoever gets the fewest categories will be declared the worst championship reign.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. I like that idea. Okay.
Let's take a look at how it all began for each reign. The time
all right.
won it and who they beat for the belt. It was December 2001. The Invasion storyline had just wrapped up, and we couldn't wait for everyone to move the hell on.
I think Rey had the better match to win it.
The WWF had a one-night tournament at the Vengeance pay-per-view to determine a new, undisputed champion. As he's liable to tell you in almost every promo he's cut since then, Chris Jericho defeated The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin in one night to be the first man to unify the WWF and WCW titles. Meanwhile, in 2006, Rey Mysterio became the #1 contender for the world title by winning the Royal Rumble after entering second. Riding a wave of popularity as the late Eddie Guerrero's physical vessel, Mysterio defied the odds and defeated Randy Orton and Kurt Angle in a triple threat match at WrestleMania 22. Jericho's championship night was certainly impressive. Going over the 2 biggest draws in the company in one night is a huge deal. Now, Mysterio's push may
But he cheated!
Forced and contrived, but it came at the exact right time. Winning the Royal Rumble,
which I guess is the whole point of a heel champion like that, but meh, the matches were okay.
Career mode in wrestling video games ever ended with you winning the world title on a B-level pay-per-view. It's a really close call, but in my opinion, winning at WrestleMania makes Mysterio's championship victory more impressive.
And the match was better.
Point goes to Rey Mysterio. I I'm sure you've heard the
Length of reign.
quality over quantity, but let's be honest here. That phrase was cooked up by some losers whose quantities were...
Weren't they about the same?
Let's see how long...
I think they were about the same.
Chris Jericho won the Undisputed Championship on December 9th, 2000.
Yeah, so 4 months. December, January, February,
98 days. Rey Mysterio won
January,
the title on April 2nd, 2006, and lost it on July 23rd that same year, clocking in at 112 days.
So he...
In my opinion, 112 is bigger than 98. Therefore, another point for Mysterio.
As I was gonna say, about the same.
Now we get to the more interesting part of the debate here, comparing each wrestler's body of work as champion and looking at the quality wins and quality losses between the two.
Remember, Jericho's work around that time fucking sucked.
Matches, and I'm only going to be talking about televised events, since live events don't count in WWE canon. In his 98 days as champion, Chris Jericho went 11-3 in his televised non-tag team matches. Of his losses, 2 of them were by DQ. The only other loss, Triple H at WrestleMania 18. His notable victories were against guys like Austin, The Rock, Kurt Angle, and Kane. Well, this is back when beating Kane actually, meant something.
Yes.
As I said before in this show, Mysterio went 7-7-2 during his run as world champion in 2006. He had big wins against JBL and Randy Orton, but that's about it. Who could forget that
big win against JBL
contest finish against Sabu at One Night Stand? And strangely enough, he beat King Booker on SmackDown before the pay-per-view when he dropped the title to him. We like to look back and talk about how bad Jericho was portrayed as an undisputed champion, but simply looking at wins and losses, I'm not so sure about that. The guy barely lost. He only lost clean 1 time, and that's pretty good. Not only did Mysterio lose more than Jericho did, he beat guys like Mark Henry and the Great Khali. If you're the champion, you need to be protected, and Mysterio should have never been booked against those giants.
Yeah.
Point goes to Jericho.
Not to lose like that.
Every beginning must have an end. We look at how these men lost their respective championships. Chris Jericho lost the Undisputed Championship to Triple H in the main event of WrestleMania 18. The audience was out of it since they just watched the Hogan Rock match, but it was a serviceable final bout.
Okay.
Mysterio lost the world title to King Booker at the Great American Bash in July of 2006. Chavo Guerrero came in and cost Rey the match, after helping him win that singles match on SmackDown just a few days before. Okay? Since I gave Mysterio the nod earlier by winning the title at WrestleMania, I have to do the same for Jericho for losing it there. It doesn't matter that he played the third wheel in a feud that was more between Triple H and man. He lost the belt in the main event.
That does matter, though. It does matter. It really does matter. I disagree. That really does matter. Because the belt, the championship, that main event wasn't about him.
Where did these wrestlers
and it should have been.
Where did they end up on the card, and who did they feud with? After dropping the belt to Triple H, Jericho somehow didn't get booked on a Backlash the following month. He did continue his feud with Triple H through Judgment Day that May, ultimately losing a Hell in a Cell match. Jericho was planted firmly in the mid-card until his departure in 2005, but he won the Intercontinental title a handful of times, helped legitimize a young John Cena, and was a participant in the first 3 Elimination Chamber matches for the world title. Y2J wouldn't see another world championship reign until 2008. Over in 2006 land, Mysterio was out of the picture pretty quickly after losing the title to King Booker in July.
Yep.
His feud with Chavo Guerrero lingered until October, when Mysterio lost an I Quit match and took several months off to rehab from knee surgery. He would go on to win the World and WWE titles further down the line. It's really hard to judge this one. On one hand, Chris Jericho was not booked on the follow-up pay-per-view. On the other hand, Mysterio was embroiled in this obnoxious feud with Chavo Guerrero for months, and then he finally took time off for an injury. On the other hand, Jericho wasn't booked on the follow-up pay-per-view. I believe that had Rey not been taken off TV, he would have been doing the same old Eddie tribute stuff that so many fans were growing tired of. He might have been able to get another title shot here and there, but he wasn't going to win it back yet. At least Jericho still had the air of a champion after losing. He poked his head into the main event scene off and on for a while after WrestleMania, even though he was never taken really seriously as a threat. After some careful deliberation, I've got to go with Chris Jericho in this category. Game point goes to Jericho. That means Rey Mysterio had the worst. You can make a compelling argument for these guys. The more you analyze it, the more you realize there's no question as to who had it worse. Jericho may never have...
Yeah, on the Aftermath one, I can agree, because Jericho was used better and for better purposes after that. Plus he immensely improved his game after that championship reign. But
his size made him a huge underdog in every situation.
But that's fine.
Convincing wins against believable foes to look credible, which happened rarely if ever. It was one of the most baffling championship reigns of all time, and in my opinion, is the worst by a main eventer in the last 15 years. Do you have any other arguments for
what?
These guys? Is there anyone
last 15 years. JBL's reign drove people away from the TV. JBL's reign drove buy rates down in half, drove ratings down in half. JBL's reign was far worse. Are you shitting me? In the last 15 years, I'm pretty sure JBL, yeah, since 2001, JBL's reign was far worse. Oh, no. JBL's reign was worse. It was fucking worse. I would say JBL's reign was the worst in the last 15 years, worse than even Khali's, cause everybody mad at Khali. People legitimately stopped watching JBL. JBL had bad heat. There's such a thing as bad heat. There's such a thing as good heat where I want to see that guy get beat up. And there's such a thing as heat as I don't want to see that guy anymore. JBL had bad heat. Triple H is a close second because Triple H had bad heat too in 2002. No. I disagree with him on the final point. And I disagree with him on the other point of it didn't matter that Jericho was the third wheel. It did. It so mattered that Jericho was the third wheel. The main event for 18 was terrible. The main event for 18 was fucking atrocious. Because that was supposed to be the main event for the Undisputed Belt, and it had nothing to do with the champion. It had nothing to do with the championship. It was more tired McMahon family drama, only this time it was only Stephanie and Triple H. But they knew that shit was tired when they were going into it. That's why Shane was off TV. That's why Linda was off TV. That's why Vince was pretty much off. Vince was off TV for the most part. What the fuck? Boo on that one. I would say overall, Jericho's reign was worse. I would call Jericho's reign worse than Ray's because Ray's reign was forgettable as fuck. It was just Ray had a belt, he won it because of Eddie, and you don't even really remember who he lost it to. Jericho's reign was damaging. Jericho's reign damaged his career, it damaged Raw, it was damaging. It was fucking damaging. Because they didn't take him seriously, and his matches at the time sucked. I would give the nod of the worst champion to Jericho, honestly. But that's just me. Pardon people. And by the way, Jericho's matches wouldn't get better until he started doing that shit with Christian when they were a tag team leading into their rivalry. Like, he had a good year and a half, 2 years of shitty fucking matches, including the one at 19. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I hate that match. Jericho. All the fucking way. He wouldn't recover for a while. All the fucking way, Jericho. Pardon people. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me what you think about Brian Zane's opinion. Tell me what you think about my opinion. Tell me what you think about the championship in general. Who do you think had the worst championship reign? Who do you think think's reign was worse for that participant and for the belt at the time? Tell me what you think down there in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. And now that I think about it, Jericho wasn't even a third wheel. Jericho was a fourth wheel. They brought in a fucking dog. So it was Triple H and Stephanie and their fucking dog. And then somewhere along the line, then the belt, then Jericho. Fifth wheel. Jericho was fifth wheel in that fucking rivalry. Yes, it mattered. Comment down there in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. Go to youtube.com/surreal469. There's a little blue button over on the right-hand side that says support. Click that button. You put in a denomination. You help support the channel. You help get rid of some of the ads that you got to see before the videos. And pardon people, I don't know about you, but I don't think that is bad. Boom. Boom. Boom.
Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, bitch.